G'day, welcome to another episode of Curtis Goes Wild. No, this time we're going in to do the Lake Christabel circuit over a period of 4 days with me, my brother Mark, and Matt, who's hiding behind the camera. And yeah, see how we go. And we're off. Here's a nice part of the track. The majority of it isn't that great, but parts of it like this are okay. We've just stopped here for a little bit of lunch. Currently about 7.6k into the day and about 2.5 hours in, so not doing too badly, but I think we've got about another 10 to go and probably close to 3 before we hit the lake. Lunch break's over and Mark's either going to cross the river or go for a swim, one or the other. Right, so it's been about 4.5 hours since we left the car, and we finally made it onto the lake, which this is where I camped, right here. Last time I was at this spot. We've got to get up that way and around the corner to our accommodation for tonight. Alright folks, there we have it. Lake Christabel hut. We took about 7.5 hours to get here, including all our breaks. It was pretty strenuous, and I cramped a couple of times, but we made it. If you're coming in from Palmer's Road End, allow for that sort of 7 to 8 hours to get to the hut, and there is a few tough bits on the track, so just be aware of those. It's Friday morning, day 2. And today we're heading from Lake Christabel hut here up to Top Robinson, so a bit of a climb up and a bit of a climb down. Not as big a distance as yesterday and hopefully not as long as yesterday, but we'll let you know. 8 o'clock and we're off. So we made it to the first walk wire, and I crossed the river because it was nice and shallow and easy. But these guys are doing it pretty good. It's got the netting on the side, definitely will help out. Net's making it look easy when you come down the ladder here. So about 2 hours in, and we've got to head across this bit of scree, and around that corner we're going to go up and over and drop into the Robinson. There's our saddle just up there, so we've got about 400 metres from this point to our highest point, which is up around the corner there. We've come from down around there into the right, and we're still climbing up through thick bush and following poles. 300 metres and we're at the top of elevation gain, that is. Just approaching our saddle now. We still have about 150 metres of climbing to go yet though. Where we've come from, where we're going. So down here, this is the Robinson Valley where we're heading. It's a bit of a drop, 600 odd metres from this point. Look Mark, no hands. Whoa. Not sure if this is going to show up on the video, but if you look down in the valley you see 2 grey bits. The first grey bit is riverbed, the second one is actually the roof of the Top Robinson. So 2 k's to go and we're at that spot down there. We made it down to the other 3-wire swing bridge. It's a pretty good looking swing bridge, but as for me, this seems a hell of a lot easier. So we've made it to Top Robinson. It took about just under 7 hours in total. The track is actually pretty good, but can be slow going in places and overgrown in places, but it's easy to follow. So pretty good day. Good to be here at 3 p.m. It's a good afternoon for a dip. It's not very deep, but if you get on your knees, it goes over your waist. Inside the Top Robinson hut, and this is pretty much identical to Lake Christabel hut, because when I was at Lake Christabel there was also a mark here and a map there.
Same beds?
Same beds, yeah. Day 3, Saturday morning. We're about to leave Top Robinson hut and head down towards Mid Robinson, where hopefully we'll catch up with Antonia this afternoon. Another 3 Wyatt. So getting closer to our hut, another 2 k's from here. Antonia has just messaged from the road end because she's coming in that side to meet us, and just going to keep a track of how she goes with her in reach to mine reach. Good way to keep in comms, see how she goes. We should be there within an hour. Just ahead of us here, just in the water, that dark spot, there's a trout. So make it move, yep. There we go. There we have it, folks. That was 3 hours and 40 minutes to Mid Robinson from the Top Robinson. So not too bad effort really. 9.78 kilometres. So this is the smallest one of the 3, but it's still nice, cosy, and it's a lot lighter than our previous hut. Sorry guys, I know you wanted a Swedish backpack of Antonia.
That'll do.
That'll do. Would you speak with a bit of accent? Yeah. Hi, my name is Sven. Oh, not me, you took it to her.
On Sweden.
Oh, yeah. Day 4, last day. Antonia's with us. She made it last night, yesterday afternoon. And we're heading back out to the car to finish the trip, finish the circuit. 10 to 8 in the morning, and we are leaving the hut. Hopefully back at the car just after midday. Looking up this way is where we've come from, so if you're heading up to the Mid Robinson, there's your track there. The old track, which is probably fairly fresh, has slipped, and it would have normally gone up and over there. So to avoid this, you have to cross the river and then cross it back down around the corner here and sort of bush bash back up onto the track. So you can see the orange markers. There's a track marker just here, and then the ones that's going into the bush there. I don't think it's possible to get through to that point, and not unless you kind of scramble up through the scree and then drop back down again. Going to cross the river just up here and then bush bash in back to the track. And we decided to do the bush bashing, but I kind of went the wrong direction in, and we're walking the plank down onto the track.
And this is what I did lots of yesterday, so you know.
She's used to this. Some climbing required. Going across Lynch's Flat. It is quite nice and flat. Easy walking up the valley. Last swing bridge, and then 4 k's to the car. If in doubt, bush bash. Here's the track. The last 3 kilometre leg, and the bush is totally different to what we've been in. It's almost rainforesty. Oh, pretty swampy. Just thought I'd better mention, about 2.5 k's from the road end, when you go into the bush, after you've left the fence line, there's a whole lot of tree fall, and you'll probably easily lose the track if you don't really pay attention when you get over that tree fall. So don't move from there until you find the orange markers.
Smells good.
I think you can drink out of this.
Well done.
And there we have it.
How
Another
long?
awesome adventure.
How long?
Just over 4 hours. Want to say a big shout out to Hunter who's watching this.
Hunter.
My nephew Hunter did a hike with his dad. Turn around. Hey!
Hello.
Hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.